That hurt.
And to me, it's nauseating. It's absolutely nauseating because
multiple mental health clinicians said that Derek had limited intellectual ability and was not capable of consenting.
Congratulations.
Boom. Right? Change soccer in America forever.
Hella bugs out here. Dude, bro, I keep caressing my leg, boy. Trying to get freaky out here.
We are step siblings and also husband and wife.
I can't do any of that stuff.
That's right. Yeah, in fact, soccer can crawl up my asshole and die for all I care.
And that's what the kids do, but I'm a little older. I like that shirt tucked in.
Who the hell told you that would not be seen on television?
Anal sex is the process of inserting a penis into the anus of another partner.
No shit.
Obviously, English media all over England's balls.
But media can do that? Media must guzzle the balls, right? They must gargle them.
They gargle them. They guzzle them. They suck them.
Yeah.
All of that. Of course, England they're going to win the whole thing, even though they haven't won shit. They've never won a Euro. They've won one World Cup. The roster certainly capable of winning the Euros. You got the English Gregg Berhalter coaching your team. That jackass after the game says, well, we really don't have a way to replace Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips? That's your problem? Then you got more problems than anyone else can come up with. Because if you think that's your problem, then you're a broken ass manager. You are a broken dude. Because losing Calvin Phillips should not be a problem. That team is deep enough. Just figure it out. Set them up in a different way. Whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
But give me a break.
Well,
that's some crybaby ass shit.
We got some English fans coming out of the game talking about what they think of Southgate here.
Southgate is like
poor performance, to be honest. It's so boring. Sideways, just no attacking intent.
Do you think Gareth Southgate's got more out of them?
Yes, definitely. Should have made changes sooner.
Maybe we want the big players to take over, but they don't. Bellingham, unfortunately, was a little bit anonymous today, and I felt that.
A lot of this sounds eerily familiar.
Except we usually don't have dumbasses like that guy in the background. It's like, dude, I'm doing an interview. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to do an interview, you stupid clown. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. He's got a serious point to make here, right?
At least Southgate had to go with the substitutions. Eze was a bit disappointed when he came down, but we've got the players, but we're just not doing it to play as a team.
Just sounds so familiar.
Terrible. It's lackluster, no charisma, just changes at the wrong time again. Just, I don't know.
It's like they took all of our listeners and they put weird English accents on them.
It's like staring at a giant flaccid cock.
Is this AI? And this is actually AI of American fans with English accents? I don't understand.
And I told you, I was at my parents' during the last weekend. We watched the first England game. And my mom's no expert on soccer. She knows the game, but she doesn't know all the positions and how teams set up and tactics and all that. She's just been watching soccer since she's been a little girl or listening to it on the radio. Because that's what you did back in the 1950s, by the way, and 60s. You listen to games on the radio. My mom's like, they play exactly like us, England. This is horrible to watch. This is boring. Yeah, they do play exactly like us. You're right, Mom. Good. I love it when my parents come out with opinions about how we're playing, and they just nail it. And they're just casuals. They're not like, they don't live and die by this shit like we do. If the game's on, they'll watch it. But they don't live and die by it. You know, their heart and soul isn't into it. They're watching it because they're USA fans, right?
Yeah. So, Derek, I don't know if you've seen this. This is a Gregg Berhalter comment or tidbit, if you will. Go and give this a read real quick.
U.S. men's national team Gregg Berhalter shows his players a diagram of zigzagging road through to the home World Cup in 2026. It shows all these things are preparing us for 2026, but the bus is stopped here right now, and we have to make the most of the moment. Wes McKinney tells Adam Crafton. about his hopes for Copa America, overcoming adversity and proving doubters wrong. I guess, Jesus.
Greg's missed his calling. He should never become a U.S. coach. He should be a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
What do you show your professional players? Players are playing at a higher level than you ever played. I showed them a zigzag graph of where we are going to end up in 2026, and then we're at this point right here. I mean, God, fucking childish, fucking dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could share everything I knew.
Good Lord. And
it's actually a lot worse than what this is like not great, right? But it's actually worse than this. In reality, I just can't tell you. I'm sorry, I can't.
Didn't you tell me you could say the Gettysburg thing?
Yeah, that they went to Gettysburg. Yes, I guess all I can say.
Well, you mentioned that. I thought you sent me a text saying that you can say that story now. No?
No, I can't. No.
Okay.
No, I cannot.
You still got to tell me that story then.
Okay.
Here, let me mute the audience real quick. All right, tell me, Derek.
No. I'll tell you after the show.
This is what we're dealing with, right? We're dealing with a coach of a major national team here, and he's showing him a diagram of the zigzagging road through to the home World Cup in 2026. And this is where we're at right here. 2024 Copa. It's like, on our way to 2026, guys. But this is where we're at right now.
You know what? If you're Gregg Berhalter, stop using metaphors, please. Right. Stop using metaphors. You're shit at it. You weren't even an English lit major. What makes you think you're so philosophically capable of making good metaphors by drawing a bus route to 2026? That's about, what is it, a special ed bus? Because it probably is if you're driving it.
Greg's like, I only rode short buses when I was a kid.
Well,
not to be too offensive there. Jonathan says for $2, GGG went to visit Southgate for some pointers.
They talk on a regular basis, is what I am told. Almost weekly or bi-weekly. Yep.
Follows up with another $2 saying, hopefully they throw Gregg off the bus after Copa.
They both believe in playing the game in a certain way. They both actually believe in the same style of play and tactics. It's frightening. Like this is the future of management across the world. I will not be watching soccer if everybody starts using this approach to the game.
Yeah,
it's pure soccer terrorism. It's a waste of talent too, a complete waste of talent. Especially Southgate. I can't believe I'm saying this. Southgate is actually a worse manager than Gregg Berhalter because he's got a lot more to work with, and he's still average, less than average, poor.
Well, this has been making the rounds as well, and I'm guessing it has to do with Southgate as well. So I figured might as well lump this in here.
Why wouldn't Gareth Southgate try and do that with him in an England shirt?
I recognize I have a very small brain, but that brain is exploding right now.
There's a great line that's going to get clipped, right?
Yeah, I know. I might have to use that for the new intro next time around.
Derek Erling Holland says that Brett and Derek McBride confirmed that the whole youth system is structured to play like the first team.
Correct.
Is that part of the Brian McBride interview we'll cover probably on Monday?
Yes, we're going to cover that on Monday. And yes, that was exactly 1928 of that interview with Brian McBride.
Yeah.
Yes. And I've been saying this for months. So it's good to hear Brian McBride confirm what I already knew, what people have been telling me for years, for at least 3 years now. And I've been saying on this show for 3 fucking years.
Yeah.
People are like, well, why do the women play? Yeah, the women and the men and all the youth teams play the exact same way. And the coaches coaching the teams they have to, when they're hired, they have to agree to play the same system, the same style, and using the same tactics. That's why all our teams look like shit. All right?
Yep.
It's something we've embraced. You can thank Ernie Stewart to some extent for that too, because he's the one that decided, along with Greg, that this is how it's going to be done. And I know Ernie's doing a great job at PSD, but the U.S. soccer system up completely. Just drowned any sort of creativity out of all the teams.
It's just fascinating that it has to bleed over to the women's game too. I mean, we're talking about totally different players and totally different capabilities.
Yep.
And we're sitting here struggling on it. I mean, not saying that we are struggling, they should be as well, but it's just, why are we forcing it across the board? I don't know. I understand you want a system, you want to implement all the way through the system, but why?
What if the boys U19 team doesn't really have a whole lot of great midfielders?
You make them play it, Derek.
Do you force them to play anyhow?
At gunpoint.
A 4-3-3? You know?
Yeah.
Maybe you actually, let's say at the U19 women's level, you don't really have a holding midfielder. There's really not one out there that's available. You're going to force them to play that anyhow? I mean, it's ridiculous. No, you pick the best players. Then you look at them and their strengths and weaknesses, and you set up a formation that works for them. And you use the tactics that's apropos for the players on the roster. You don't say, here's the system, here's the tactics. Fuck you. You're going to play it regardless. It's just ridiculous. Never heard of such a thing until recently. And I don't think there are any other countries with this level of dogma. I know Germany made that shift, right? But it wasn't dogma, right? They didn't require all the youth teams to play the exact same way that Booker Picker played, right?
There's probably a lot more cohesiveness in Germany, that going to a kind of one style of play would have been an easier transition. Where here in the U.S., not only do we go to one style of play, but we completely changed how we've been playing over the last handful of decades.
Right.
I mean, you go from playing a counterattacking and quick transition style to a slow build-up, methodical, and press. You know, it's like, okay, well, you are completely changing everything. And trying to do that at the senior level is nuts.
Yes, it is. It's absolutely nuts. And I should have said booger picker eater, because he would eat them too.
Don't forget about scratcher sniffer, you know.
He did. He loved to smell his armpits too. He would put his hands.
Scratch his balls. Yeah, I got to take a shower tonight.
Jose Lopez for $2. Two dumbs, don't use seasoning.
Southgate and Berhalter.
Don't use seasoning.
Yeah.
Oh, I would bet both of their meals that they cook for themselves are very bland.
They like steak with A1 sauce.
Ugh. That should be a crime to put A1 sauce on a steak.
When I become dictator of the United States later on in life, I will absolutely criminalize A1 use.
Can we also get to Esmir Barakarovich, please? Could everybody quit freaking out about this?
Okay, hold on.
That hurt.
And to me, it's nauseating. It's absolutely nauseating because
multiple mental health clinicians said that Derek had limited intellectual ability and was not capable of consenting.
Congratulations.
Boom. Right, change soccer in America forever.
Hella bugs out here. Yeah, bro, I got sticky caressing my leg, boy. Trying to get freaky out here.
We are step-siblings and also husband and wife.
I can't do any of that stuff.
That's right. Yeah, in fact, soccer can crawl up my asshole and die for all I care.
And that's what the kids do, but I'm a little older. I like that shirt tucked in.
Who the hell told you that would not be seen on television?
Anal sex is the process of inserting a penis into the anus of another partner.
No shit.